Well, I said that we needed to make another video about Ivan Demidov, right? The last video spoke about how his KHL season had come to an end, and it asked what's next. This video is going over some of the information we had received this morning as to where everything lies, and what the Montreal Canadiens' expectations appear to be. Because we're going to go over to a few tweets talking about the different versions of SKA St. Petersburg and some of the updates we had seen today. Take a look at this. It was posted by Habs on Reddit before the previous video we made on the channel was uploaded, actually. Ivan Demidov was not on SKA 1946 MHL lineup for their game today at 10 a.m. Eastern. So, Demidov, who was the top scorer for the KHL team, was reportedly going to be sent down to the MHL. That was the supposed destination via most of the insiders were seeing. Okay, yeah, Demidov is going to finish his season, and they're not going to let him go to Montreal right away. They're probably going to send him down to the junior team. But today's game for said junior team did not feature Ivan Demidov. How interesting. This is what Nick Cloutier went out there and spoke about in regards to this situation. For what it's worth, I don't see Demidov in the SKA 1946 MHL lineup this morning. And then, things got even crazier when you saw this post made by Andrew Zadarnowski on Twitter. For what it's worth, and going against everything that's being said, sportexpress.ru is reporting that Montreal expects Demidov to join them this season. And included is a screenshot of an article published by Artur Kairulin saying that Montreal expects Demidov to join the NHL this year. Zadarnowski then replies saying this: "There are some fun discussions happening in my replies. I think they can be summarized like this. 1. Demidov and his agent would prefer to negotiate a buyout from SKA, who own the player's rights until May 31st. 2. No, the Canadiens cannot pay for the buyout, and no, the Flyers did not pay for Mishkov. 3. SKA is now focusing on winning some sort of trophy, whether it's in the VHL, the minors, or the MHL, the juniors. The MHL team, SKA 1946, is up 2-0 in their first-round series, and the VHL SKA Neva St. Petersburg are about to start their second-round series. Demidov would be useful for either team." Now, where exactly is this VHL conversation coming from? Well, it was posted by Zadarnowski too. Demidov is likely heading to the VHL, according to sportexpress.ru. Demidov, Pleshkov, and Zavragin may play for SKA Neva St. Petersburg in the playoffs. According to SE, SKA plans to transfer goalkeepers Artemy Pleshkov and Igor Zavragin, as well as forward Ivan Demidov, to a farm club in the VHL. SKA Neva continues to play in the league playoffs, and the team has reached the second round. So, yeah, that kind of puts a damper on things, even though the same website was reporting that Montreal is expecting Demidov to join their team this year. Now the other reports are saying, yeah, no, sorry, Montreal, Demidov is probably going to go to the KHL's equivalent of the American Hockey League. This is the minor league that he's going to go out there and play for. And underrated trivia fact, it turns out that Demidov does have a brother that is also playing on that same SKA Neva St. Petersburg VHL team. He's listed right here, Semyon Demidov, who is 22 years old and an undrafted NHL prospect. So, I mean, yeah, undrafted, he's not really an NHL prospect, but he was a point per game for SKA Neva St. Petersburg this season, and is over a point per game for that team in the playoffs. SKA Neva is underneath SKA, so technically Demidov, who was already the top scorer in the KHL's version of the team, should be able to dominate this VHL team. For what it's worth, I feel more comfortable seeing him go over to the second-tier league rather than the junior league, because of course, the junior league is a league for only under 20 players, and if Demidov went there, I mean, he had 2 points a game in the junior league last season. So, what more this year? He already led the KHL team against the best hockey players in Russia in points. So if he went down to the junior team, there's no way the guy wouldn't get 5 points a game. They wouldn't lose. They would win every single game. Demidov would get all of these points, and then he'd be heralded as the best player in the league, which is not really all too surprising considering he was the top scorer in the KHL for SKA St. Petersburg. The VHL is a little bit more of a happy medium. And the fact that he can go out there and play with his brother, I think, is a more reasonable way for him to think about spending the next few weeks, if not in Montreal. So the VHL, at the very least, I do still expect Ivan Demidov to dominate in that league. Maybe not to the same capacity of the MHL, but I think he should reasonably be able to be over a point per game for SKA Neva St. Petersburg in the playoffs. I mean, his brother is already over a point per game, and his brother was barely able to crack SKA St. Petersburg normally. So Demidov, Ivan, he should be better, but of course, we have to wait and see if it's actually official. It was just really interesting to everybody paying attention to the situation that the MHL team did not suit up Ivan Demidov in their team. I mean, if Roman Rottenberg is going to go out there and say that Demidov is SKA property and that it's better for him to stay in SKA, it does kind of feel weird to have seen a report from Russian media outlets that Montreal's expecting Demidov to be available for them this season. I mean, technically it's true. If Montreal makes the gosh darn Stanley Cup Finals and they're playing in June, then okay, May 31st comes and goes, Ivan Demidov's contract in the Russian team expires, and then he signs with Montreal and he joins them for a finalist run where he's guaranteed supposedly a top 6 spot. That was talked about as well on the Demidov Montreal article. And I don't think that's surprising, right? I mean, Demidov given a top 6 spot. Marty St. Louis has been one of the best coaches when it comes to utilizing young guys and allowing them to play their game. He doesn't give it all to them right away. Lane Hudson wasn't first power play to start the year after all. But if you come in, you make an impact, you show your worth, St. Louis is going to reward you. And if that means for Demidov a spot alongside of a Patty Laine, for example, or he's playing with Newhook, who's been pretty good lately, or even if they play him as a winger for Dvorak, who has been a point per game recently too, there's a good opportunity for Ivan Demidov to do some work in the NHL. It's just, I don't know if that's really possible at this point. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this very strange Ivan Demidov update, how we kind of have an idea as to where everything is going to go. Seems like he's going to go to the VHL in the second-tier Russian Pro League, but nothing is guaranteed at this point, and with reports saying that Montreal's expecting Demidov to come over, that does kind of throw a monkey wrench into it, right? Like, you could also say, oh, of course they're going to say Montreal wants him to come over, because he's their prospect, right? It's not like they won't expect him to come over, but, you know, I think that's just kind of semantics, so the guy with the leaf blower just started doing his work right outside my apartment window, so I gotta go. Leave you with this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this Ivan Demidov update. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.